Could happen. I don't think it's likely, but it's possible. The United States and Mexico went off for the last 5 weeks alone to work out a series of issues that they haven't been able to work out, issues that are most important to the U.S. and Mexico, issues that Canada has less of a stake in. They still haven't finished that, and they still haven't come to full agreement, but if they do today or tomorrow and make an announcement, then they're going to have to bring Canada back, and there are a series of issues that the Canadians and the Americans will have to work out. If President Trump capitulates enough, yeah, it's possible.
And Carla, energy is part of these negotiations right now. We've got reports that the president-elect in Mexico, AMLO, does not want to see energy be part of a NAFTA agreement. What happens there? It seems like a sticking point for the U.S.
I think that will be an important issue. Mexico has liberalized its energy market in 2014, and all three economies would benefit enormously and move toward North American self-sufficiency by having rules so that there were reliable rules governing energy among the three of us.
Ambassador Hills, I wanted to ask you about China because we saw those new tariffs go into effect. How hopeful are you about the negotiations? They're sort of low level, but at least they're talking for the first time in over 2 months, the U.S. and China. What's your level of optimism?
Yeah, I am relieved that they are talking. We went since June without any talks at all, and that's a very long time when you have so much at stake. We are the two largest economies. We have a lot of issues to get resolved. The $16 billion goes into effect, making it $50 billion, and that's hurting American workers and hurting our jobs. You know, the agricultural industry already has been hurt by $27 billion, so rolling out the $12 billion of assistance doesn't take care of the pain that they're suffering. And the uncertainty is affecting our inward investment, which has a cost in terms of jobs and tax revenues. So we've got to get this resolved.
You know, Matt, at the same time, many people who come on our air certainly say it's time that we did stand up to the Chinese, whether it's intellectual property and their willingness or desire to steal it to a certain extent, or certainly take it through joint ventures, and simply what's an uneven playing field. How do you see that, and how do you see this playing out?
We've been engaging with China for 15 years, and there were good arguments to stick with engagement. The Chinese always moved the ball forward. They moved it forward constantly. They moved it forward on a very broad array of issues. The problem was they moved it forward too slowly. And as a result, they just were not coming into compliance with their trade obligations to the United States fast enough. So the decision to switch to confrontation was a debatable decision. The problem was President Trump switched to confrontation outside the WTO dispute resolution and retaliation system rather than going inside the system. And that's what opened the door to the Chinese retaliating to our retaliations. And that's where we ended up in this train wreck.
Is that why you guys didn't launch a trade war in the Obama administration like this?
Well, yes. I mean, we still felt that there was enough engagement. And don't forget, there's a lot of downsides to confrontation. First of all, you hurt the United States while you're hurting China with these tariffs. Second of all, if you hurt China too much, then you're going to cause problems with the Chinese economy that can come back to bite the United States. The confrontation has a lot of downsides. But if we were to go to confrontation, which I don't think was a good idea, but you could argue it was, we should have done it through the WTO dispute resolution system, not outside of it.